Hi, my name is Tyvis Powell, former Ohio State Buckeye and national champion DB. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast. These guys was born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe to the show. Now pour up a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick. Get him, Joe.
All right, Tyvis, we appreciate you. Thanks for popping in and welcoming everybody in tonight. I'm getting Jeff and Shawn in here in the scene, and this is what it looks like when we don't have a producer. There we go. Everybody looks good. What's everybody up to tonight? I don't even know where to start. I got some technical things I need to fix up here real quick. Jeff and Shawn, what's happening tonight? What's going on in your world?
What's up, man? Oh, just doing shit around the house, man. Getting it done.
Yeah, GSD day.
That's right.
Get shit done. Yeah.
Heading on vacation, so just got to make sure everything's taken care of before I go.
Well, I'm glad you're getting the house in order for me. So I appreciate that. That's a joke. We can laugh, right?
Hey.
Ha 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 ha. Yo, bro. Hey, man. I just left our sister's house. Had a little get together with the parents and our sister. There's a lot of April birthdays in our family, so we're celebrating yours and hers and Dad's and everyone else is in the damn family that's born in April. So, yeah, had this little get together. So I'm mobile right now, heading back to my place.
Okay, so sounds like an eventful evening. Was there a cake?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
There was cheesecake.
Send me a piece,
Yeah.
will you? Thanks.
Our sister nailed it. She made it from scratch. It worked out perfect.
Okay.
Very good. Very good cheesecake.
Very good, sir. All right. Let's see. What else is happening in the world? We had the spring game yesterday. Oh, here's a question. Just thought of this. So, we've heard the rumors and it's not rumors, it's true. Nico Iamaleava, the quarterback for Tennessee,
Yeah.
apparently was publicly...
What's the latest on that?
Publicly renegotiating his contract through the media. This is NFL stuff, and this is the part of college football that I did not want to ever see, and it makes me want to puke in my boot.
And,
Tennessee sent
him packing. They sent him packing.
It's going to come to Ohio State. It's going to happen at Ohio State eventually. Somebody's going to be unhappy with their current, situation, contract, if you want to call it that. And, so Tennessee fans are going through it. Even after the fact after the school went to court to allow high school students to negotiate their NIL deals, it actually came back to bite them with this Nico situation. So I don't know. I don't have any latest where he's going. I do have some juicy stuff about Dan Lanning being involved, which is odd, I think. Is it not?
There is honor amongst thieves? Is it a question mark?
No, I think that's a statement, Jeff. That's an accurate statement as well. The reports were
no
that...
honor among thieves, not honor among thieves.
Oh, I thought it was honorable to be a thief.
No.
No?
Well, I mean, for Lanning, go ahead with the explanation, Joe. I'll chime in.
We all know the Nico situation. If you don't, let's get into it. Please, folks, while we're talking, drop your comments, questions in the chat. We will get to them, I promise. We're going to talk a lot about the spring game tonight. But first, this first topic off the top is headline news. So, Nico Iamaleava, the guy that we cracked his helmet twice in the playoff game, same game, one courtesy of Cody Simon. Anyway, he has held out of his current NIL situation with Tennessee. He was making like, I want to say 2.5 mil, 2.2. He signed for 8 mil total for his college career at Tennessee. It was a big deal at the time, if you remember a couple of years ago. He's only his second year.
Yep.
He's a second year guy. So
True sophomore.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Now he'll be a junior.
Going into his junior year, yes.
Right, yeah, third year. So redshirted, then played last year, then will play somewhere else this year. So anyway, reports are that Nico holding out and not going to practice. He didn't go to practice on Friday. Obviously, he didn't go to the spring game on Saturday because Tennessee at that point said, we're releasing you out from your deal, your scholarship, whatever, all of the above.
Deuces.
And so
Yep.
he is a man without a school right now. But what's funny is these reports. This is coming from a Georgia site who probably is a little tapped into Dan Lanning still. So Dan Lanning, head coach of Oregon, he was initially contacted by, let's call them agents, I guess. You have to call them agents at this point. That Nico was sniffing around for deals with other schools. So Dan Lanning actually contacted Josh Heupel. Yeah, he narked, total narc job. He looks like a narc, right? He definitely narked out somebody for smoking weed on his dorm, floor. But
He's an RA.
he could have been. He looks like an RA. Yeah. So a lot of dirt here. Not surprising that this is all kind of SEC focused. Dan Lanning being a longtime SEC coach, Josh Heupel, current SEC coach. A lot of under the table dealings as they love to do down there. So it's going to be interesting to see where this kid ends up. And I've seen rumors. Oh yeah, these are the three schools that Nico is looking at: Ohio State, Oregon, and USC. I was like, okay. Ohio State is never, ever, ever going to put their paws on a dude that wants $4 million first and is going to be this kind of situation. Imagine bringing that into your locker room. This is the kind of stuff Lincoln Riley would do.
Plus what we have.
It definitely looks like that.
Right,
Go ahead,
and
Jeff.
Lincoln Riley, he might be needed at you. I mean,
Oh,
what we have in our room, we already have 14 stars for the quarterbacks in our room. We don't need this. We don't need a 5-star headache. To come in with a big price tag. And I heard his dad is a real helicopter dad. His dad's very involved with these NIL deals and wanting to lean on the program, a la maybe
Right.
Kyle McCord's father. So that representatives or father's brother, who knows. Ohio State, which we're not even answering. We're not even answering the phone, I bet.
No.
And Oregon, I thought Oregon might be a chance. I could picture him reaching out to Oregon because of Dante Moore's, the unproven starter coming in. He's trying to
And
find
they
a
have
home.
unlimited funds. I mean, they will throw $4 million
yeah.
at somebody for the fuck of it.
But I am kind of glad to see that Lanning's like, we don't fucking want you. Hey, coach. Hey, Josh, your fucking boy's sniffing around. Just letting you know, he called us. That's what I was saying about the honor amongst thieves. Dan Lanning will cutthroat anybody, but he'll let his dude know that their quarterback's creeping.
So when these kids are calling around or whatever, is it them calling around or they got agents right now?
Agents, for sure.
They got agents?
Yeah. And what sucks about these agents, quote unquote,
Yeah,
agents,
to negotiate these
they're
deals.
not,
Yeah,
they're not like NFL agents that have to be certified. These could be a third uncle, a guy with no, business experience or negotiating experience. He's just out there, calling dudes, or it could be even a coach, a high school coach.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of a lot of tampering going on with high school coaches that used to coach a player. So like Nico's high school coach could be a go-between.
Oh, sure.
You know. But yeah, it's a fucking train wreck, and this is the exact same shit I was worried about years ago when they started talking about this bullshit.
There's going to be some more weird stuff coming down the pipe
it's going to get
that we haven't
weirder.
even seen yet.
Oh.
This is the tip of the iceberg. I know. I'm excited for it. And there he goes. So yeah, I'm surprised this is the first one. I just expect more and more to come. You know, where these negotiations are going to happen publicly, like they do in the NFL, right? Like you hear about guys holding out of OTAs. You know.
But yeah,
in
wait
the
till
NFL.
somebody wait till playoff time, and when somebody says, I want more money, but I'm not playing in the playoff, and then you got to cut the team over the barrel.
Well, didn't that already happen with like Arizona?
maybe
Arizona, like they had a kid last year that was, they were about to backdoor in, or did they get in? And didn't their quarterback say? Yeah, didn't their quarterback bail?
Arizona State?
He showed up. He was there.
Their quarterback played. I don't
But I feel like some of this drama was
State.
going on where this was being discussed, just like you're describing, Jeff.
I remember rumors when Quinshon was still at Ole Miss, his last year at Ole Miss. I remember fake rumors that he was holding out of the bowl game for more money, which was strange because he went to Ohio State and was nothing but a model teammate. So probably false.
Well, we had Lane Kiffin was putting most of the news out there with regards to Quinshon. So take that for what it is.
Right. So, yeah. But I tell you what, though, to look at the market value, you can see it from both sides here. Look at it from Nico's point of view for a second. This is because Carson Beck just got $4 million to play at Miami. He still can't throw a football. He had Tommy John's surgery on his elbow. He can't throw a fucking football. This guy just made $4 million to move to South Beach. If you're Nico, you're like, well, fuck. At least I can throw a ball right now. You know.
If he's worth 4, I'm worth at least 3.5. That's $1 million raise. It's like you're right. It's just like NFL free agency when one guy sets the market.
Yes.
And then
it falls in line after that.
It is a shit show that's only gonna get worse.
And there's no rules. There's no legislation. No guidelines.
You want to get into the settlement? You want to get into that hearing thing from April 7th?
No.
Jesus, it's nothing happened. The whole thing's a mess.
It's gonna go on and on
until they do what they need to do, unionize, collectively bargain, call them pros. That's the only way. We said that 4 years ago.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen with this House settlement. It may happen years down the road, but for now, we're just going to have to live with things as they are, the Wild Wild West, kinda. I think it was, is it June 1st or July 1st that this, the rev sharing goes into effect, and Ross Bjork, AD for Ohio State, he's part of a committee for he's a part of a committee of other NCAA ADs, maybe presidents too, where they're establishing I guess it'd be called enforcement of these NIL deals and a clearinghouse. So they're going to hire a third party, not made up of college presidents, not made up of ADs or whatever. No, this is a third party. It's one of those. I think it's a company from the UK that does the insurance for athletes a lot. Anyway,
is that Lords of London?
I don't think it's that one. But anyway, this is a third party that is going to be handling the kind of clearinghouse of approving NIL deals. Okay, so if an NIL deal comes in Every player has to submit them with this clearinghouse in college football and all college sports actually. And the clearinghouse determines, is this fair market value, or is this guy just getting the fucking rub down, you know? So, according to Ross Bjork, he talked about it a couple months ago. He's part of this task force that's setting this up and putting this system together, and it's supposed to be in effect, I think, June 1st or July 1st. What the fuck? I don't know. They can always push that down the road, I'm
I
sure.
think the new year starts. I want to say it's June 1st.
Okay, even better.
I believe so.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. And as far as penalties go with these enforcement things, I don't know. Are you going to take that seriously? The NCAA hasn't been able to penalize anybody for anything in decades, right? I mean, come on.
And we're going to a third party outside of the NCAA because the NCAA cannot enforce it. So it's just one more thing that's getting football away from the NCAA.
Yeah.
That's going to end up happening too. Football's going to be separated from everything else. It has to.
Yeah.
The revenue sharing is going to be ridiculous. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they're going to do it. But
yeah. So
and I think Ohio State's in a firm. They're in a firm position. I think they got a better handle on it than most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're
and
going to.
I say that mostly with the kids they're recruiting. I mean, they're legitimately recruiting good kids, good families.
Yeah.
And it's working.
What do you guys think about specifically, Shawn? What do you think about this? Do you think, from a financial point of view, if you're handling a budget and you have a 5-star left tackle coming out of high school, like a David Sanders or a Jordan Seaton, and he's asking for $2 million?
Yeah.
Or you got a guy in the portal, like say an Ethan Onyanwa or Josh Simmons from a couple years ago, who's asking for maybe 6-7 figures. Let's say $1 million tops.
Well,
How do you feel about the Buckeyes? The Buckeyes have taken this clear stance that they're not going to invest in a freshman left tackle. They're going to invest in the portal for a guy that has 3+ years of experience.
Well, I mean, we're not dealing with a salary cap. I say you invest in both.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the guy that has 3+ years experience playing Power 5 football that is going to come in and be slated as your starting left tackle. I'm about, and maybe he's played for 2 years. He's got 1 year of eligibility left, but he's going to be a top 10 pick in the pros, and everyone knows it. I'm for throwing a huge bag at that guy. To get him to come over, but I'm also I'd like to build those relationships with the young guys in there, and hopefully enough money's there. I mean, I don't want to go to some type of salary cap. I feel like that kind of hamstrings or Buckeye Nation, frankly, because we're a Yankee type organization. We're and. Hey,
but there are limits,
Duke,
right?
Duke in Connecticut, you're going to spend all your money on basketball, and that's fine. I don't care. Go ahead, be the best basketball team. But we're going to spend ours on football, and I think Buckeye Nation will make it. So we're always in the thick of things. But if they're going to even us out and we get to spend the same amount as Purdue and Michigan State, I am not for that.
Yeah.
And then you'll see the bags of money still coming back. And you're saying all these things have to go through a third party right now. Well. Okay, then there's still going to be bags. There's still going to be bags transferring. Like, hey, this is the side deal we talked about.
Yeah,
that's
still possible.
Way. Yep, there's still going to be the.
And now it's going to be harder to track because it's like, well, we don't know. This kid's got a ton of money. Yeah. It isn't going to look weird when Terrell Pryor shows up in a sports car.
So it's actually circling back to the way things were back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, right.
I mean, in a roundabout way, you're still going to encourage under the table stuff, right, Jeff?
Yes. One of my questions be a part of that is that I think I tried to regulate the you know what I'm saying? Like the
No.
that are getting the big bags to get them signed. That could
Yeah.
be part of that trying to enforce.
Right.
I don't know. I'm almost for
You got
like
me?
let's go back to zero money, but there's no college eligibility rule. If a kid's good enough to go straight to the league, then go to the fucking league, and and if you're not, no more college money, or it's through the university. Something. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to make me not even like college football, and that's fine. I'm sure a bunch of people still will. They won't hurt losing me, but it, I don't know. I agree though that the kids, you can't handcuff these kids. It's like, Jeremiah Smith, he deserves to get paid. I mean, because he'd be in the NFL, he'd be a top 10 pick, and he'd be getting paid handsomely. So I'm all about these kids getting money. But if there's no way to like put some brakes on this thing, then screw it. Get rid of the eligibility rule and no
What's that,
money
Jeff?
back in college.
Yeah. Jeff, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. There's
You're not coming through very good, Jeff.
Yeah.
I can't get young in practice, and he's like, I'm jumping in the portal. There's got to be some kind of roster.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, this is the wave of the future. This is the NFL. The NFL is college football. College football is the NFL, and that's where we're at. This was my greatest fear come true. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll start watching Pop Warner or something. I don't know. I don't know where to go from here. Anyway, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, though, other than the disgusting state of college football. Let's talk about the spring game. Let's. So I got a good look at some of these guys, like C.J. Donaldson really stood out to me. Wide receivers, they weren't going to get a ton of run, especially the starters. Mylan Graham really popped off the screen, had 100 yards. You guys have anything that overall we could do our good, bad, and ugly? Let's go good with you, Shawn. You want to give me your good from the spring game? Could be anything.
Well, it's only from what I read, because I've not watched that footage yet. But we spoke about it 2 weeks ago, and I was wondering where this guy is. But my good's going to be Sam Williams-Dixon. I think he got put a valiant effort forward to maybe shore up that third spot at running back. So, like I said, we hadn't heard about him much last year or so, and we were just talking about it a couple weeks ago. Like, I don't know what's going on with him, but there he was. He got, I think he got the most carries and 88 yards, and I think a 6 average and something like that. But
That's Bo Jackson.
Bo
Jackson had the 88 on 13.
Oh, what did Dixon have?
1 second.
He looked good. I mean, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but I thought he looked good.
He had 11 for 64.
Okay. So, yeah, basically another 6-yard average, 5-point whatever.
Right.
But good to see him getting some carries.
Yeah, I feel like the running back room's kind of loaded.
Kind of coming together.
Right?
I was a little worried about it. And it's, we just lost 2 guys that are going to get drafted, and it's coming together.
Yeah. Jeff, you got a take on that?
Yes, and we still haven't seen Turbo Rogers. He's still not on campus yet.
And or Isaiah West is on campus. He's been dinged up, recovering from a little injury, but he's another one. He's a big dude out of St. Joe's Prep there in Philly guy.
I do like a running back room. C.J. Johnson, he looks like Quinshon to me.
That's 6'2", 225 though.
Because the 2 we had last year, but I think we have 4 really good. I mean, if he comes back from his injury, he's just with his depth. I don't think we need to go into the portal for a running back. I don't.
Right.
No.
I don't think we should waste any.
No.
Unless there's like a no-brainer, like a Quinshon or somebody pops in out of the blue.
But
I think we're good there. I think we focus
now
more
you
on
got
on the.
you got your A and B, your starters, Peoples and Donaldson. That's your Quinshon and Trey.
Uh-huh.
Then you got a battle for RB3 between Bo Jackson and SWD.
Which is nice because I expect the running back to get dinged up throughout the year, and I feel like the third guy. I don't know so much about the fourth. I think the fourth guy will come in on blowouts, but the third guy is going to be needed at points.
Yeah. All right. So I think we can all kind of take that as our good. Or Jeff, do you have a good in your good, bad, and ugly? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Joe, my good would be no injuries.
Okay.
No major
like
injuries.
Positivity.
Come out of scrimmage. That's good sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. For my good, I like the depth at running back. I like the depth at receiver. I'm going to go with O-line. I haven't felt this good about the O-line depth in probably 5 to 10 years. I feel like we have a two deep that's legit across the board. Like a year ago, we were saying we can't afford any injuries across the O-line. Now, I feel like 180 degree difference.
I didn't watch it. I'm not there with you. I feel like we got 6 guys, maybe 7, but I don't know about that strong of a two deep.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say. Like it's hard to say that I got a good feeling about Josh Padilla as our backup center. He didn't make any like costly like total fuck ups in scrimmage or in the game, but some of those guys like I think our tackles we have 3 good tackles, which last year we were saying we have one left tackle. If he goes down, we're fucked. We never thought of Donovan Jackson being able to come out and take that over. But I think with Daniels, Cervo, if he stays healthy, is going to be, I think, our swing guy. Or he might even start.
I think he could start at right tackle.
Daniels is running with the 2s.
Right.
I like our left tackle a lot.
Yeah. I feel really good about our O-line. I mean, again, my good. The reason I said this is my good is because I have not felt content, I guess, or at least at ease a little bit previously for multiple seasons. So it's a nice change of pace. I can stop doing meth, put down the pipe and the other things that made me fret about the O-line. All right, so let's go with bad. Do you have a bad, Shawn?
So again, I did not watch this, but I believe in. I hope I don't get this wrong. West at cornerback. I heard he got torched a couple times. Maybe he was out of position. I think Mylan Graham might even got over on him a little bit, but I believe it was
Scott.
West. Oh, was it Scott?
West didn't play.
Oh, okay. Then it was
Bryce
Scott.
West.
My bad. Sorry.
But
Sorry, West.
Aaron Scott had a couple plays where he was in phase. He just did not make the play. But I get your point. Mylan Graham had a catch over him. Should have had another one for a touchdown where Scott fell down.
That was a sweet move. Yeah. I think Aaron Scott's gonna be fine. I
do too. I mean, and I got high hopes for that kid. I was just hoping that he'd come in and just absolutely ball out. But hey, everyone has a bad day, so I'm not writing the kid off by any means.
Oh yeah, he's in the 2 deep at corner, outside Corner for sure. It's him. So yeah, we'll get into it. But anyway, Jeff, you got a bad out of the game?
Bad. I would say bad would be our defensive line depth.
Yeah, that's a
not
bad.
just the depth. From what I understand,
I didn't see much from the 2s and 3s.
Yeah.
I didn't watch, but
concerning.
I heard we didn't see much from the 1s either.
Well, they didn't. They were limited. The 1s
across the board were somewhat limited in reps. Especially for guys like Caden McDonald, Edric Houston. They played a lot, especially down that playoff stretch.
Yeah.
So I can give them a little pass, but the Buckeyes defense still gave up 229 yards rushing on 39 attempts. Again, that's another 6 yards a carry. And
I was going to tell Shawn, when you watch it, when the ones were out there, Patricia was not doing a whole bunch of shit with the ones. It was pretty vanilla, pretty basic.
Yeah, the defensive scheme.
They were rushing 4, dropping a bunch.
There's no stunting.
So it's hard to. Yes, it's hard to get a good read on our ones, not being up to par or not.
When I hear Ryan Day after the game, thinking that we might have to look at the portal for some D-line help. That's that's concerning.
That's legit. He hasn't backed off of that. He's been saying that every time he has a microphone in his face, and somebody asks about the portal.
I know, and that's what scares me. Is if it's that important to him, and he's saying it damn near every time a microphone's in his face, we have a problem.
He's sending out the bat signal to anybody at another school who might consider getting in the portal next week.
Yeah. Definitely.
But we knew that though, right? I mean, I expected us to go. I expected us to get into the portal for O and D line, for depth. Yep. I think our front 4 starters are solid. We have more depth at end than we do in the middle. But we knew that. Didn't we know? Didn't we all expect to go have to get some interior linemen?
When you lose your 4 starters all in one class, common sense tells you that we need to refill that. And Kenyatta and Caden Curry,
the twos we had,
they've only gotten 100 snaps each last year. So these guys are not loaded with experience. They have been there a while, 3 years, but they haven't played a lot. So anyway, all right, Shawn's got D-line for the bad. Jeff, what do you got for your bad?
I thought that was Jeff's bad.
I gave you.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was your bad. My bad.
Your bad.
My bad. I really wanted to go in on the special teams, but kicker made every fucking kick, so I got to leave him alone for a bit.
Yeah.
Safety depth? Yeah, I'm going to go with safety depth. I'm not sure about this. You guys know me. I've never missed a chance to go in on Malik Hartford ever since that game against Michigan a couple of years ago, where JJ whizzed one right past his ear hole for a touchdown. So Malik Hartford, if he's taken over your strong safety, your Lathan Ransom role, he's got to put on pounds. I'm concerned he's going to get shoved around if he's trying to cover tight ends, if he's trying to come up and lay the wood in the run game. And in coverage, I don't see it. I saw multiple passes to the tight ends in the spring game. Nice seam shot down to Max Clare, the new guy from Purdue. So, safety depth is very concerning. Obviously, I'm not going to challenge Caleb Downs. He's your starter, right, at the deep. But the other positions and the backups are very concerning. So, let's circle back to Shawn for your ugly. Do you have anything ugly from the game?
Well, I would, if I had to say anything ugly, I guess, and it's probably not fair, I would throw in Lincoln Kineholes, who I think going into this, we all thought, hey, he's looking really good, and everyone's talking. I think Water finds its level, and I think from what I've read, Sand had a much better day, and I think Kineholes' numbers were pretty trash.
Well, the numbers were very much in Lincoln's favor.
I'm sorry. Actually, I was thinking it was TreVeyon's numbers that were trash that I was reading about. Yeah.
Oh, you threw 2 picks, yeah.
Yeah. Like 1 for 7 with 2 picks or something.
Yeah. So
That's the
yeah,
ugly
Jeff.
red.
That's definitely ugly. Jeff, what do you got?
I, just to jump on that real quick, our third string freshman quarterback, I'm okay. You're right. He looked ugly, but that's not concerning to me. The only ugly I can think of, Joe, is everybody wearing the shells on their helmets made them all look
Okay.
very small because their heads looked super big, like almost like video
Yeah.
game-ish. So it's hard to tell how big guys were. I think kind of.
Yeah.
I'm glad
'Cause
they
your
were
head's
warm
so
because
fucking
it's
big.
safety. Every one of them wore the shells. It just
Right.
looks odd. It's just hard to look at.
I got you.
CJ Hicks looked like he was 200 pounds. You know what I mean? He looked like with a big ass head. It was just weird. So that'd be my only ugly.
Yeah. All right. I get it. I get it. Yeah. For me, I would have liked to seen more creativity in the offense. I guess it was kind of ugly in like it was sluggish. Like you get with, I understand you get that with the spring game a lot of times, but it was just kind of same with the defense, very vanilla. But like I didn't see Brian Hartline dialing up anything out of the ordinary. It seemed like they just ran basic shit, and a lot of times they didn't run it well.
I think you might have answered your own question there, Joe, as to why they didn't get too in depth. They just needed people to get in reps. They wanted to keep, I think, the offense and defense replacing as many starters as they are. Just get these guys to make the routine, right? I think that's why it purposely was dulled down on both ends, just to getting people reps at the basic, routine shit. I think.
Yeah.
It seemed like a concerted effort, like fully throughout for the whole program, as to now it's not good. It's not good that a lot of it was sluggish, but I think that was purposely done to make it vanilla and not really get in depth.
Yeah.
Plus,
So-
remember Hartline was up in the booth. First time he's
Right.
ever been up in the booth. First
Right.
time ever calling plays.
He did half and
probably trying to
half. He did the first half upstairs and then the second half downstairs.
Oh, I didn't even catch him down there at second
So,
half.
what was there a difference? I mean, obviously, different kids playing at those times, but
I don't know. They didn't get. I mean, the stats they gave us are quote unquote unofficial, official. And they're not broken up by half. So I don't have dried charts or anything to work with.
Shawn, nobody has been talking about the drastic difference from him being in the booth to down on the field. I didn't even notice. It was all pretty much the same. Like you couldn't tell one way or another. To me, in my opinion,
the second half of a spring game is like, all right, let's just run the clock out.
Yeah, it got hard to watch. There's guys I didn't even. I'm like, who's this guy? Who's this?
Yeah, right.
Going back to and the number changes. I kept screwing me up big time.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Rory McIlroy winning the Masters today?
About
Go
fucking
P-
time, bro.
go PGA.
All right. You an anti-live guy?
I am.
Me too. Fuck those guys. Eat it, Bryson. Pole smoker.
He folded up today, boy.
Oh my God. That was weird. But he's a goofball. Like, I heard a story. So this guy, he tries to be a man of the people. But I heard a story this morning. So last night everybody, all these players, they get a house, basically an Airbnb in the neighborhood. And so he's taking a walk through his neighborhood, and he'll do this. Like when he's playing tournaments, he'll like see people like at somebody's house. And these are, rich fuckers, and they just hanging out and drinking at night. He's like, he walks up, he hears like people talking and stuff at night, and he walks up to these people's backyard. He's like, what are you guys doing? And they're like doing a little putting contest in somebody's backyard, because of course, rich people live by a golf course and have a putting green in their backyard. Anyway, so he's like, oh, can I play? And they're like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Bryson DeChambeau. And the owner of the house goes, yeah, I'm Jack Nicklaus. And then they realize, oh, it is him. It is Bryson. And of course they welcome him in with open arms. So maybe that's why Bryson played like shit today. Is doing some night putting with the 15-year-old daughter of the dean.
Might be
Bro,
it.
how cool would that be though? Like a fucking pro golfer. I'm like, yeah, dude, take some
Yeah.
shots, smoke this, hit this, but do this.
Right. Yeah. And you
I'd
got to
fucking-
do it, right? If you're Bryson, you got to do it. You're like, I'm a man of the people. I'll smoke what they smoke. I'll drink what they drink.
Frank the Tank. Okay, we just won. Let's have one.
Yeah. Rolls out of the rack 30 minutes before his round, like us.
That'd be funny as shit though. If like the story was, get the fuck out of here, weirdo. Yeah, you Bryson DeChambeau. Eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the PGA president. Beat it, loser.
Yeah.
We're Kepka fans.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm a PGA guy. I'm an anti-live guy. Although those guys will be coming back to the PGA here shortly. I think Kepka is going to lead the way.
They're not getting
back to the PGA.
well after the contracts are up because they're not getting hundreds of millions of dollars more again probably.
Yeah, I don't know if they all have different deals, like what the length is. They got paid. I don't know why you'd even play golf ever again with the hundreds of millions they got.
Yeah,
Crazy money.
yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, it's fucking silly. All right, sorry, folks. I had to take a little sidetrack there. I just saw the headline that Rory. I don't know why it had to go to a playoff, but
He choked.
Rory,
He choked and
Rory
missed the
being
bunny.
Rory. Hey, my guy Rosie. My guy Rosie finishing top 5 is all that matters to me. I made some good money tonight. Anyway, let's see. We got some comments coming through in the chat. You guys got any other things you want to talk about with the stats? I sent you guys the stats on offense, anyways, of the spring game. Lincoln, 12 of 18 for 158, 2 touchdowns. Did have that long 51-yarder to Mylan Graham, catch and run. Sayan did take 3 sacks. I didn't like seeing that. But he was running with the 2s a lot. I'm pretty sure Lincoln started with the 1s.
Yes.
I didn't like the 3 sacks. I don't care who your O-line is. He's got to learn to slide out of that.
I didn't like the
around.
tip balls at the line of scrimmage either.
That's another thing with a quarterback that's only 6'1" or 6'2".
I tell you what,
Donaldson
though,
looked good. I like Donaldson.
Yep.
4 for 35 and a touchdown. They're saving him, obviously. Same with Peoples. Just 2 carries for James Peoples. So that tells you that's the A and B, 1A, 1B. SWD and Bo Jackson getting a heavy workload. Par for the course.
I gotta say, Joe, are we sure that was not Garrett Wilson in that 5 jersey? Because Mylan Graham looks, moves, and plays just like Garrett Wilson.
A lot of
Holy
people say
shit.
that.
He looks just like him. Not to mention the number. I mean, but damn,
He
dude.
reminds me more of Olave with that slender kind of build and just sleek.
They were both
know?
pretty slender, though.
And he looks like
That's
he's got more
true.
twitch,
Yeah.
like more twitch, like
Their
Garrett
freshman
does.
years, yeah. I get you.
That move he put on Scott at the goal line, and the fade ball got overthrown a little bit, but that move was fucking sick. This is that stutter and go.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 8 yards on Scott when the ball went over his head. So the catch and runs he had, I don't know. Graham looks great. I noticed that Ennis was running with the 2s. Bryson Rogers was started, which I don't know if that's
Oh,
worth
really?
noting. But yeah,
I don't think that's worth noting, in my opinion.
Well, the first pass of the game was Bryson Rogers too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Let's see.
but Ennis and
Bryson.
Graham's in that rotation. There's been a lot of talk about him in the practices too, in the scrimmage, and he proved it. Well, what we all saw. Graham's going to be.
I
in
think
that mix.
he's your 4th wide receiver into the game. So if you got Jeremiah, Carnell, Ennis are your starters, I think Mylan Graham is your next guy in, probably at the outside. I don't know if he's learned all 3 positions at this time yet. I mean, this is only he's only been on campus for 9-10 months.
Yeah, not
He came
quite a
in
year.
last
Yeah,
summer. So I know he was a 5-star, maybe not as highly touted a 5-star as Jeremiah in that class, but he wasn't a 5-star for nothing. So I'm going with Mylan Graham as the fourth receiver into the game. I got 7 targets, 4 catches, 104 yards, and a touch on that 51-yard catch and run. I tell you what, how about the Aaron Scott versus Quincy Porter matchup? You see Scott take a swipe at him?
No, I did not catch
Quincy
that.
Porter, the freshman, number 11. He's the big dude out of New Jersey. He's like 6'2", 200, 205. Made a couple catches. He had 4 catches here for 50 yards. He had a catch over Aaron Scott. Scott got up, didn't like the way it went down, took a swipe, smacked him in the head. Didn't get a flag, but it's just a spring game, I guess.
Yeah, but that'll get addressed. The coaches don't want to see that shit because that's 15. That'll cost you 15 yards in a big time game.
Yeah. So my point is, Porter is one of the freshman receivers to watch, number 11. Des Jones, the other freshman, 1 for 7. Phillip Bell, the freshman from California, 3 catches for 30 and a touch. Those are your big ones. The tight ends, though, man. Max Clare, that seam shot that Sand hit him on was a thing of beauty. That looked like that could have been run any time over the last 3-4 years with any Buckeye quarterback and tight end. That was a beaut. So yeah,
Looks a lot like Mike Gesicki.
kind of. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he's like 6'4", 240. So thing is, he's got to learn the blocking game so he can play every down, not just on passing downs. So I'm going to start popping up some comments here. This is one thing Odysseus brings up a good point. He reminded me of Kyle McCord. He said Nico's dad sounds a lot like Kyle McCord's dad. Yeah, same. And my point is about toughness at the quarterback position. And a concern that I have with Julian Sand, I haven't seen it so much with Lincoln, but the thing is throwing off your back foot, fading away from the pass rush, that was a Kyle McCord trademark. He did that day in, day out, game in, game out. Throwing off his back foot, getting no mustard on it whatsoever, just trying to rely on arm strength. That does not work in college football. This is not high school anymore. That's my concern with Julian Sand. Being a slightly smaller guy, fading away from pressure, throwing off your back foot, you can't get anything into it. You just end up throwing bloopers and pop-ups. So that's my concern with Julian Sand in this quarterback competition.
If that does not improve, he will not be a starter. I don't think. I think Keynotes will be pushing the issue that much more than than Devin Brown did to McCord. If that does not improve him getting comfortable with the rush with people around him, right. I think Keynotes will take over that spot. I think it's got to be close. They know that Julian Sand's the talent, and they don't want to not start him for fear of losing him. But Ryan Day's not going to. If Keynotes wins the room and wins the team, he's going to play him. I think it's close. I think it's real close.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why last week in the student appreciation scrimmage, they had the quarterbacks go live for a couple series. They were hittable, and Sand took a couple hits. So I think Ryan Day wants to expose them somewhat and see if these guys have what it takes, the intestinal fortitude, right? Do they have some built-in toughness, and they'll take a shot and get up and go back to the huddle.
Yeah,
That's my concern, because I don't want to see another Kyle McCord. Shawn, you got thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you say that, just bad flashes. Yeah, I mean, it does. It's a presence in the pocket, and yeah, you've got to be able to take a hit, but it's not that you even have to take a hit. I mean, they all get hit hard, and none of them like it. You can't fold under that pressure. Hey, do your things, do what you're supposed to do, try to evade, but don't start panicking. And that's what McCord did. He looked down at his feet a lot, and then he's like, oh shit, and wanted to like go off his guard, but shit, there ain't nothing there off my guard, and oh fuck, and then make a bad decision. And so, I mean, that's what you can't have. So
how many dropped INTs did he have against Notre Dame in that comeback win? Eesh. Fuck me, man.
What, like 3? I mean, like gimmies.
That safety had one right in his stomach on the last drive.
But yeah, it's. We'll see. I'm with you, Jeff. I mean, I really think they're going to give Sayin the start. But I think there'll be, if he starts pulling that. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be tough. You play Texas week 1. There's going to be a pissed off Texas.
But a somewhat depleted Texas, I would
say.
Say.
Over a majorly depleted Ohio State.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying that we're exempt, but they don't have a Quinn Ewers coming back. They lost running backs, linemen, across the board, defensive players, like meaningful players. I don't have the numbers in front of me because this isn't a Texas show, but.
Well, their top 2 receivers gone. Their 3 best offensive linemen gone. Right. At D-line, I mean, they got the freshman of the year back. Fuck.
Did they lose both those running backs, Blue and the other guy, or just one?
Off the top of my head, not sure. Check into that. They lost one of them, at least.
I'll bet whoever's going to be Texas's running back is still going to be pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know. Sark has really done a good job of recruiting since he took over there. And he hasn't been there long, but he's done a good job of restocking the shelves that were kind of bare when he took over.
Yeah,
right?
Texas has been recruiting strong last few years.
Yes. They're in contention with us for virtually every player, and Oregon too. I mean, it's like us,
Georgia still.
Georgia.
I mean,
of course.
Yeah, I mean, Texas has they've cemented themselves as a legitimate, consistent top 5 program.
And they have the money to pay. So if they really want somebody, they can go head to head with us, Oregon, whoever. Stephen Cherry says Sayin is QB1. Popping the comments up here on screen so everybody can see him.
I agree.
Everybody agrees. Jeff, you agree?
I think he still is, yes, but it's not just a formality of just playing out.
I also agree with that.
I think they're gonna want Sayin to take the job, yes. But it's not like they're down on Keen Holtz either.
So clearly, this is going to go through the summer into fall camp. I've been saying for a while now that I think an announcement comes middle of fall camp, so middle of August, week 2, week 3, something like that. Do you guys agree, or think it comes sooner, later? What do you think?
I think they said there's 28 practices. I think I heard 28 or 29 practices of fall camp. It's got to be in the first 2 weeks. It has to be because they need the starter getting ready for Texas. I mean, they need to name it. It's going to be probably tight like McCord and Brown, that type of year, not a C.J. Stroud or Justin Fields type battle. I think it's going to be tight, but they're going to have to make a decision for reps.
If they're comfortable with Sayin, I think they'll make that decision early, like you're talking about. If they're not comfortable with Sayin yet, and it still looks like Keenholz is in the lead, then I think they'll wait to announce it later to keep Sayin's spirits up and not have him kind of check out.
Okay.
Yeah, and Keenholz.
Let me add to that. Hold on, Jeff. Is a 2-quarterback option a serious option going into Texas?
Not an option. I mean, I don't think it's like, hey, I've got these plays for you and these plays for you. I think you run out there with the guy you picked, and now if he's having an awful day, then maybe you yank him. But I don't see it. hey, I'm doing these 2 drives, and then you're getting a drive in, and
Okay.
I don't want to see that, frankly.
Okay. Well, fortunately, Urban Meyer's not the coach anymore, so we don't have to worry about that. Ha! Burn. Little on you.
2015.
Yeah.
Joe, all I was going to say is I think from what we saw in the sparing time that both of those quarterbacks got action last season, I think Keenholz has made more strides and has improved more than Sayan did. And Sayan took over his job. Sayan was QB3 last year. Quickly, he surpassed Keenholz. I think Keenholz has improved more. But remember the summer, all summer, Sayan's going to have to make huge strides coming back, I think.
Mm-hmm. He's only had 1 year in the system, exactly.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, well, now we're up to, 14, 15 months. So Keenholz is going into his 3rd year. He did start in summer, so he has, a little bit behind. He's barely ahead of Sayan, even though he's going into his 3rd year. Sayan going into his 2nd year. But, yeah.
The race isn't over by any means.
Okay. So do you guys, because Stephen Cherry says that Julian Sayan's your QB1. So do you guys see a scenario where Lincoln actually starts against Texas?
I do.
Okay.
Like I said,
he does give you a more
if that
athletic.
happens, I think that'll be late in the process.
It'd be announced like the week of the game.
Yeah, or the week before or something.
Right. So
announced
late
publicly, but I think the team will know before then. But it might be announced publicly late.
If Keenholz is the guy, I feel like if they're like, look, Sayan's our horse, we're going with him, then a little earlier in the process, let him get that extra confidence that, hey, I'm the guy, and let him build off that.
Yeah. Okay.
You remember what Chip Kelly said last year? He said, you can't lie to the team. The team's going to see. The team's going to.
Oh yeah.
The team's going to pick the guy. It's kind of what he was saying. I'd like to have seen Chip Kelly this year with this quarterback battle. I mean, I have confidence in Fessler and Hartline, but I would have felt a lot more comfortable about Chip Kelly kind of spearheading this decision and this getting the best out of both those quarterbacks.
You mean because of the decision-making process, or what do you mean by Chip Kelly making it versus Billy Fessler?
Chip's way of
it's Ryan Day.
Chip's way
it's
of
Ryan
figuring
Day,
it out.
right?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, but like Fessler's going to have a say in it. Hartline's going to have a say in it. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, yes, of course, Ryan Day's going to have the hammer. But there's going to be discussions. I would have liked to have Chip Kelly's experience in this, in dealing with quarterback battles in camp. That's all. He handled it perfect last year, I thought.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of a no-brainer last year. It wasn't much of a competition, in my opinion. Let's see. What else? Odysseus says Graham has to see the field. I agree. But he's not going to be a starter. Stephen Cherry says D-line looked mid, but it's only spring. Fair point, but yeah, I think we covered that one anyways. We're going to have to look for depth. Starters, probably okay there. Saw C.J. Hicks getting in there a little bit. Saw a little bit of his speed off the edge. Logan George, the dude from Idaho State, potato guy. He actually looked best of the DNs. He had a couple sacks.
That dude seems hungry. He seems hungry.
He's good size. I mean, 6'5", 260, so I feel good about that.
Yeah, like a Jack Sawyer size, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Great depth. And, we've been kind of lucky with a lot of our big names not losing major injuries outside of our O-line last year. Mm-hmm. But, it won't surprise me to see a receiver miss games, where then Graham is getting more run, Rogers getting more run, linebackers. One guy I thought flashed, Peyton Pierce.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that kid.
Also,
that kid,
Riley Pettijohn
that dude can go sideline to sideline. Holy shit. He tracked down a running back. It was like a sweep off to the right side. He came from the middle of the field and made the play at the line of scrimmage. But yeah, I agree. Peyton Pierce looked good too. He had a TFL there early in the game. Yeah.
And Pettijohn, I saw get turned around on a play action pass. He, kind of lost where he was
did.
at and
Yeah.
over, which is his freshman linebacker. I mean, in pass coverage, that's going to happen.
Coverage is not their specialty.
No, and he's going to be a monster on special teams. You know that.
Yeah.
Peyton Pierce, I think, plays. I mean, God forbid Sonny or Arvell, injuries wise, but Peyton Pierce will see the
I've been
field,
saying that Pierce is your third linebacker in.
Yeah.
So if you play a 4-3, he's going in there at the Sam.
I see it. Yep.
I'm just popping some comments up here. I want to get your takes. Odysseus says his good, bad, and ugly. He has good that Sayin is progressing. Bad is the run defense concerns. And then ugly is the BTN coverage. The BTN coverage was pathetic. It's nice to have Tyvis on the sideline interviews and stuff. But other than that, I could do without Jake Butt always butting in, right, Shawn?
I didn't hear it, so I'm fortunate on that.
I will say this though, Joe. But Jake Butt, who's from Pickerington, but he's Michigan guy. Obviously, he was not. He didn't have that Michigan slant that a lot of those assholes will put on shit. I thought he was very complimentary, and I thought he did his job properly of hyping up Ohio State and talking about the possibility of the dynasty and the depth and the amount of pros they still have on the team and stuff. I thought he was. Now I don't really like him, but I thought he did a good job.
I think he's a Buckeye fan masquerading in Wolverine clothing.
Yeah, I think he would have. I think he would have liked to have played for Ohio State, and I don't know why. I think we just didn't go after him. I don't know.
Yep.
Those guys always get so pissed off.
Yeah. We don't use tight ends, man. I wouldn't play there either. Well, now we do.
Well, now we got 6 of them.
The tight end. Yeah. Deepest room in the fucking in the position group, anyways, on the team. Let's see. Buckeye 7084 says it's going to be normal due to NCAA old policies. He's talking about Nico. Either employee or independent contractor contracts are the only current legal certain solutions. I agree 100%. I don't know when they're going to do that. It's not on the horizon yet, even though everybody says this is the way to go. Just fast forward it. Stephen Cherry says, but y'all get mad when I say LJ needs to retire.
I don't even think we do. I think we're all kind of on board with that. I think you got to find the right way to get him out, and there needs to be transition. But we've been talking about transition LJ out of there on this podcast for 3 years at least.
I've been calling for his job on multiple daily episodes for 2 to 3 years, and I had a whole list of guys that I want, starting with Randall Joyner down there at Ole Miss. I mean, yeah, I don't get mad. Maybe you're confusing us with another show there, Steven. But, yeah, the thing is, the beauty of it now is there's unlimited coaches, unlimited on-field coaches. So you could transition LJ into a stay-at-home coach, and send somebody else out on the road recruiting, because you can only have 10 guys recruiting off campus. But you keep LJ in-house, bring the kids to him, boom, done. That's what Deion does. He doesn't leave. He's the head coach.
I could totally see that. And look how Sawyer in Tuimoloau finished that last year.
Yeah.
I don't think LJ's lost his fastball. I think the recruiting, the travel, and the recruiting stuff that has fallen off. But like you said, Joe, if we could, if everybody would be on board with that, I think that's like the ideal situation. Keep him as the defensive line analyst or whatever the fuck, on field technique,
assistant to the D-line coach.
He's not going to take that title. I mean, I don't know. He's got
he could still be the D-line coach. He just doesn't have to leave.
Right. It seems ideal. That makes total sense, I think. Hopefully everybody else was wanting that, because I think I'd like to have him still teaching technique and stuff to these kids.
Oh yeah, that's why all these guys on the D line are going there. So, do whatever you got to do. Prop him up. Put a stick in his back to make him stand upright. Whatever it takes.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, whatever it takes, man. Throw some shades on him, and just dance him around, carry him around. Yeah, you got to do that. Let's see what else we got. Buckeye 784 says take stock in McDonald's bags. That's a good point. Tennessee would definitely beat you on that one. Shadrick Bell says better get on the people's bandwagon now, folks. He's a superstar in the making, and it showed because the offense made sure he only had 2 carries and pulled him out of the game. Of course, yes, I agree 100%. They're not going to wear down somebody in a spring game who is going to be one of the main bell cows come if you do go to another 16-game season. You can't be taking hits on your running backs in a fucking spring game.
No, God, no. I didn't. I was nervous seeing Jeremiah as much as I saw him.
He did have 4 catches, I think.
Yeah, I just like get him off here. We don't need him. Get him out. I don't need to see the bomb to him. I don't need Ryan Day saying, "Hey, watch this," show him off. I wanted him and Caleb Downs off the field, like get off this street clothes now, please.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the comments. I don't really have much else, guys, unless you do. There's not a lot going on.
So they're going to see the president tomorrow, correct?
Oh yeah, going to the White House.
White House
tour
tomorrow.
the Rose Garden and Lincoln Monument and all that shit. So
and the portal opens up on the 16th.
Yeah, Wednesday is
Happy
Portal
birthday.
Day. So yeah, happy Portal Day.
You
I'll
nailed
light
it.
some candles. Yep.
How many candles
hopefully-
is here, Joe? How many candles?
Oh, 25. 26 maybe.
You don't look a day over 48.
I know. Shawn says 52 is the new 45 or something, right, Shawn?
Yeah, but I'm 53, so
Okay. Then you're 46, right? Is that what we're
Then
going
how
I
old
could
am I?
I could pass.
Or is it
I
dog
could
years?
pass.
He could pass. Yeah. Pass on that.
Yeah, I'll
You know what?
pass.
Yeah, when people ask me how old I am, I tell them I said I'm 54, and they're like, "You look great for 54." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I do."
You got a fake ID that says you're older?
Just to use
Yeah,
it
I
for
got it.
Denny's, just to get the deal at
Yeah,
Denny's.
right. Yeah, the golden Buckeye card.
Early bird, baby, early bird.
There you go.
That's where all the Cougars are at.
Yeah, no shit. All right. I got nothing else, guys. We're going to take some time off. Obviously, there's no practices to view, no games, no just rumors.
Yeah, we're not
Silly
expecting
rumors.
too much big. We're not expecting too much big portal news. But
No.
we're gonna start adding people. But
And if we do add a D tackle, we're not going to know who the fuck it is because no good D tackles are going to be in the portal.
You never know, though. Somebody might jump that wants to come play for the Buckeyes.
maybe somebody's negotiations didn't go the way they wanted, and they're gonna
Pour
bounce.
yourself some of that nice
Oh, I
stuff.
hear
It's gonna
that.
be your birthday, and we get a D tackle. That's a celebration.
Okay. I think that the portal's open for like 10 days too. So a lot of time to think about things and contemplate your life decisions.
One more thing, Joe. One more thing, very important. The status of the Buffalo Trace Distillery is I read a nice article I could share with you guys. They've had flooding problems in the past, and they have taken precautions. They're not expecting to lose a large amount of their inventory at all.
Oh, thank God.
So we're not going to be looking at $80 bottles of Buffalo. Thank God.
Yeah. Oh, I got so misty when I saw that.
Yeah, that was. I can't believe nothing's
Godspeed.
like on the floor levels of those. I mean, they can't all be up.
Well, the gift shop, I saw that was flooded. I saw interior pictures of the gift store. So nobody gives a shit about Buffalo Trace T-shirts. You can have that shit. Just make sure the Buffalo's up on the top shelf, and especially the Pappy. I mean, make sure the fucking Pappy is like on the 5th floor.
And the Weller and the.
All the good stuff. Yeah, not first floor available. No. Let's
Do they make
pretend nothing is on the first floor.
Do they make E.H. Taylor too, or Eagle Rare?
Yep.
Yep.
All that shit. You name it.
Blanton's, everything.
Sazerac.
Damn, I
If
didn't
you
realize.
like it, they make it.
Yeah, we need to like government funding. Make them put them inside Fort Knox or something. I mean, like, fucking.
Throw some sandbags around that shit. Can we dig a trench?
It's America's bourbon, goddammit. Save it.
It's only, I mean, come on.
All right, so when do we think we're gonna get back on here, Joe?
Well, I'm looking at the calendar right this moment, and I got
maybe at the end of the portal. Maybe after all the dust settles.
Well, that's only like the 26th.
It's only a 10-day portal.
Yeah. It's probably going to go away eventually. So this could be the last time we see it after spring games.
They need to do away with the one in December. That's just ridiculous. The timing of all that shit.
I agree. They need to compress them all into a pre-spring, whether it's February, March, whatever. Do a pre-spring 1 or 2 weeks, and that's it. Do away with December. Do away with the post-spring.
February 1st. Make sure the seasons are over.
Yeah.
February 1st.
You get 14 days. That's
so you
more
can
than
sign your
enough
recruiting
time.
class. You don't have to keep. You don't have to worry about keeping your guys and recruiting your class and playing in the playoffs.
Exactly.
But we do it better than anybody else. That's why we're fucking national champs. Suck it, the rest of the country.
Yeah.
We do it better than you.
Exactly. So, I have no plans over the summer as far as college football goes. Unless something happens out of the blue, like unplanned stuff, headlines that might affect us. I mean, the house settlement is going to happen, but it's really just divvying up $20 million for every school.
Is anything going to happen on the Michigan front?
That's probably not going to be till end of summer.
I heard today that there's rumors that Michigan offered to the NCAA a 1-year bowl ban, and the NCAA said no, we'll pass on that.
Oh yeah, that was like a month or two ago. But
that's how slow they're moving. I just thought that's the only news that there has been.
Yeah, they're sandbagging, trying to drag it out as long as possible, but there is not going to be any movement there until there absolutely has to be, and the NCAA is not going to jump on that. So yeah, I would be surprised if we hear something even before the season starts. Honestly, August. So
that's just not fair to anybody. The kids on that team, the people that like us and others that just justice, man, swift justice.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna do anything, then fucking don't do anything. Let's move on with our lives.
Yeah.
Right. Joe, real quick, scholarship. Did they increase the amount of scholarships from 85?
Oh, that's going to happen probably. Now there's talk. This is part of the House settlement case, so that's why it's not completely in concrete yet. So they've talked about phasing from what are they at? 85 plus walk-ons. They're talking about phasing out the walk-on part of it. So, like the Buckeyes, they're over 120 typically with walk-ons. You got your 85 scholarships, but they're 40 plus. Now Nebraska, they're psychopaths with the walk-ons. They're up over 140 with your scholarships and walk-ons. So they're talking about as part of this House settlement that's coming out in the next week or two, phasing out over 4 years, reducing the number of walk-ons to 0 eventually. But again, nothing is concrete yet. We'll see what happens there.
I don't know if I love that.
Which part? Doing away with
walk-ons? Getting rid of walk-ons. Those are always feel-good stories, man.
Well, not just that, but they're your strong scout team, members and your practice squad guys. You need them to give you a good look for every week of the season.
And we've had a few that have made contributions. Well,
Occasionally.
what's his name? A couple years ago, number
Caffey?
10.
Xavier.
Xavier
Johnson. Yeah.
I mean, he ended up being a contributor that we
Those
needed.
are rare.
He
Yeah,
he got the block O, didn't he?
Yes, but those are super rare. You got your Caffeys, but unfortunately injuries have derailed his career. So I'm just saying, don't expect
What's
all
Herb
these
Street's kid's gonna do then?
Oh yeah, well, he's gonna have to do something with all those Michigan clothes he bought. Fucking sell out. That dude can fuck off for all I care. Him and Desmond, they should just start their own show.
Hit the bricks, pal.
I'm done with Herb Street. I've been done.
I can't watch game day because of Desmond. I will not watch it. I don't give a fuck if they're in Columbus. I will not watch Desmond Howard on TV. No, nope.
Herbie's fine.
I haven't watched it in years, but he's like fucking vanilla ice cream. He's like milk toast, just boring, like cardboard. Doesn't really give a strong opinion. At least Des,
playing both sides.
You're getting stupid opinions, even though they're out of left field. Herb Street's, just blah. And they try to resurrect.
Herb Street's going to have that job till he's 80.
Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you play the middle of the road. Stay in the fairway. You last forever. But, we got Easter coming up next Sunday, a week from today, so got that.
420.
Yeah.
He is risen.
Yeah. The smoke is risen.
Me and that jackrabbit are going to be blazing down.
So, yeah. That's about it, man. I got nothing else to complain about. Did my taxes today. I could complain about that.
So did I.
Ooh, I filed the extension.
Me and the government don't really see eye to eye sometimes.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Well, I gotta talk to my accountant, my CPA. I gotta get all that shit squared away. I filed for the extension. Down here in Florida, we got extended to May 1st.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you could get like a big extension, like to
you
September.
You can, Shawn. You can. I've done it just about every year. But once you run your own business, man, you gotta deduct everything.
Right.
The government thinks I don't make shit. Whoa, did I say that out loud?
I made $20,000 last year, man. It's a rough year.
I think I made 42.
Wow, you killed it.
Mine's on a W-2. There ain't no hiding what I make.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and they take it out up front, and then they want a little more on the back end. It appears.
Sure. Yeah, it's never enough.
Apparently,
they have no problem with my 500 square foot home office. I'm just kidding. No. Oh, is this being recorded? Uh-oh.
Yeah, scratch all that.
Regret that. All right. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys. We'll keep in touch and let you know if anything weird comes about. So, people, please share the show with your friends and loved ones, and have a good summer-ish. And
bro, I'm gonna be getting over to the coast to see you, man.
Oh yeah.
Got some things that are gonna be getting me over there. Playing some 40 and over softball league tournament ball. So.
Oh sweet. Can I come watch?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be playing over at the Tampa's fields and stuff. So. I'll be over on the golf side.
Try the dome.
I'll get with you.
There's no roof, man.
No, I'm playing at Don Greco complex.
No, Don.
Anyways, but I'll get with you. All
right. Sounds good. All right, Henry.
All right, boys.
What's on tap for you this summer? Anything exciting?
Just
get your ass down here to Florida, Shawn.
Just my regular summer.
Yeah. You got vacation coming?
Well, I'm going to Punta Cana Wednesday.
Ooh.
On your birthday. Happy birthday.
Sounds hot.
down in Dominican Republic. I'll do my North Georgia Lake in July there over the 4th, as I am wont to do. And outside of that, I don't know, maybe thinking about Mexico trip, but that'd probably be the start of football season if I do that.
Oh, perfect timing.
And then just grinding it out and trying to make some money to afford all of it.
There you go.
Kid will be
Get down here to Florida. Get down here.
kid,
Get down
the
here and see us,
kid
John.
the kid will be going to college, so that'll be 2 in college.
Is he playing ball? Is he gonna be playing ball?
We haven't decided yet. We got like another few weeks, and he's still on the fence on all of it.
Keep us posted on that.
Will do.
Yeah. All right.
All right, boys.
Well, everybody, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon.
We go finish
As
my
always,
drilling.
There you go. The daily Buckeye Blitz will be in your ear holes Monday through Friday. So check that out. Get your latest stuff. We'll keep you abreast of all the latest recruiting and whatnot, portal moves and shit. So check that out. Subscribe. We have a huge podcast following. So, hey, share it with a friend of yours that listens to a lot of Buckeye podcasts, I would say. But anyway, that's all I got. We'll talk to you guys later. Jeff, Shawn, appreciate you.
Yep.
Always,
Peace.
brother.
Talk
Always.
to you later. Go Bucks.